Hello everyone and welcome to another video lecture of the Working Environments module. In this video, we will show you how to install Python on your machine and how you can install the various packages and libraries we will be needing throughout this course. Even if you have a working Python installation on your computer, I strongly encourage you to watch this video. In particular, we will start by giving some general information about installing Python on your computer, which applies to all operating systems. Next, we will give detailed instructions about installing a particular Python setup on your computer. At this point, we will separately treat Windows, Linux, and macOS systems. After installation, we will test that everything works, and we will learn how to install a package in this Python setup, which we will introduce. A key point we need to stress is that there is no single solution for setting up Python on a machine. There are many and different ways for installing many and different environments for each developer's preference, style, and needs. For this course, we will follow the installation recommendations from the main textbook for this course, which is the Python for Data Analysis book, which you can find in the O'Reilly Digital Library. We recommend that you follow a recommended way so that everyone has the same basis to work. However, if you prefer to set up your own Python installation, you will be more than able to complete all exercises and projects in this course. This is particularly relevant for Linux users who might want to consider a different installation setup to the one proposed here. In general, setting up Python should be a relatively easy task, where usually Google can offer valuable help, so don't hesitate to use it. In this course, we will be working with Python version 3.10, so even though you have Python installed on your machine, make sure that it is Python 3.10. We will install Python through Miniconda, which is a minimal installation of the Conda package manager. You can find all the instructions and installation packages in the link here. The link will direct you to this page where you can read more about Miniconda and what are the system requirements for installing it on your machine. Let us now move to the actual task, Python installation. The first step is to download the installer. On the left-hand side of this web page, you will find links for your particular operating system. You can also find all latest Miniconda installer links under this link here. Now you should download the installer file. If you are a Windows user, you need to find if your machine is a 64-bit or a 32-bit one. You can find this information under Settings, System, About. My machine is 64 bits, so I download the installation file from the first link here. We will continue with the installation on a Windows machine and take the other operating systems later in this video. So the next thing you should do is obviously to save the installation file where you normally store program files or anywhere you wish on your computer, and then you need to run the installation file. This is how the installation should look like when it begins. From this point onwards, you just proceed with the installation, following the instructions and recommendations appearing on your screen. At some point during the installation, you will be prompted to customize it. My recommendation is that if you are already using Python on your machine, then go with these shown selections. However, if this is the first time you install Python on your machine, you might also want to select the second point here, which says Add Miniconda 3 to my path environment variable. In this course, wherever relevant, we will work under the assumption that this is not selected, because it is not necessary, and as you can see, it is not even recommended in general. After your installation is complete, it is time to test that you have Python on your computer. At your Start menu, you should be able to see Anaconda prompt, like on this picture here. You can now open Anaconda prompt, Miniconda 3. This is a terminal. You can type simply Python. If a similar message to this one appears on your terminal, then your installation has been successful. Congratulations! You now have Python installed on your Windows machine. If not, then try to follow the error message that you will receive on your terminal and let us know if we can provide any help. In most cases, Google can be a good starting point for fast solutions. To exit the terminal, you simply type exit. If you are a macOS user, there is a similar procedure. First, you should download the installation file for your machine. If you're working on an Apple Silicon-based machine from 2020 onwards, then you can download an Apple installer file that its name might look like this. If you are working, however, on an Intel-based machine from before 2020, then you should download one of the Intel files that might look like this. Once you download the installation file, you are ready to install Python. For this, you should open the terminal application and execute the installer by typing in the terminal the path to where the installation file is located in your computer. For this particular example, the installation file was under Home Downloads. Once the installation is complete, you can test it by opening a new terminal application and typing Python in it. A similar message to this one should appear on your terminal, meaning your installation has been successful. Congratulations. If any problems arise, try to see if a fast solution can be found online. Otherwise, we are always happy to offer assistance, so please do let us know of the problem encountered. To close the terminal, you can simply type exit with a parenthesis, as shown earlier. As I don't have a Mac machine, apologies for that, I cannot show you a tested installation, so the instructions offered here are taken from the Handbook Python for Data Analysis. Similar to Mac OS, for the Linux installation, you need to download the corresponding installation file, which should work for most Linux distributions. One example may be a file looking like this from the Conda webpage. Now to install Python, you should open a terminal and execute the installer by typing this command. If this doesn't work, then maybe you need to enter the whole path, as we did for macOS users, to go to the folder where the installation file is located in your computer. We recommend that you accept the recommended customization options as prompted during installation. Once the installation is complete, you can test it by opening a new terminal and typing Python. A similar message to this one should appear on your terminal. Well done! If it does not appear, however, then either contact us with your question or try to see if the large and rich Linux community online has perhaps a solution to your problem. You can then close the terminal when you're done by simply typing exit parenthesis. For Linux users in particular, there are many ways to install Python, even avoiding the Conda installation. So if you prefer, you can look online for more ways that perhaps suit you better. As always, we recommend you follow our recommendation so that everybody has the same basis, which is the one followed in the handbook. Now that Python is installed on your machine, you can use it to run simple programs. However, for most programs, and more importantly for the subjects we will cover in this course, we will need a number of packages and libraries that do not come with a standard installation. Here's how to install them. The instructions shown in this video are for Windows machines. However, other OS users can follow the same procedure. Before we install a package, we need to set up the system, so to say, for Conda to install the packages that we wish in the future. So for this, you should first open the Anaconda prompt terminal and type these three commands: conda config -- add channels conda -- Enter. After this is done, you should enter conda config, there's a space here as here, -- set channel _ priority strict. Once this is done, then you enter conda create -y -n pydata -book Python equal 3.10. This way, we are setting up Conda to be the channel, the environment to allow us to select to install any packages we want. Now, once this is done, you need to activate the Conda environment by typing in this command, conda activate pydata-book. Every time you want to enter Conda or to install a package or for other operations that we will see in the following lessons, you will have to run this command here so that Conda is activated. Now we can install a package. The general command for installing a package with Conda is conda install -y and then the package name or the package's name if you want to install more than one at the same time. This -y option means that all confirmation values are automatically set to yes. That means that the system won't have to ask you constantly during installation about backing up, deleting redundant files, or altering storage spaces, but it would presume that your response is always yes. This is a standard procedure, and we recommend you go by that option. Now let's install a package. Let us, for example, install the pandas library. We do so by running conda install -y pandas. Once this is done, you can install more packages. Let us do another example where we install two packages at the same time. For example, let us install Jupyter and Matplotlib. We do so by typing conda install -y Jupyter Matplotlib. Remember, there are white spaces in between. At this point, I would like to mention that conda install is one way to install packages. Another way is to use pip install and then the name of the package. Every time you want to install a package, you can use either conda install or pip install. Some packages you will see cannot be installed through conda and then you have to use pip for them. However, we recommend to prefer one or the other for at least most of your installations. Also, please remember that when you want to update a package, you must use the command you used to install it. So for example, if you want to update pandas at some point in the future, and you had used conda install to install it in the first place, then you must update it using conda update. Excellent! We must have now managed to install Python and a few first packages on your machine. With that, we conclude this lesson. In this video, we talked about how to install Python and various essential packages on our machines using Miniconda as per the instructions in our main textbook, Python for Data Analysis. Please remember, if your installation is not successful, a fast solution may be found online. Else, do not hesitate to ask for our help. Packages can be installed either through conda install or pip install. But remember that when you need to update your packages, you will need to do so by using the same command used to install the package in the first place. And lastly, always remember to activate conda when you set up working with Python or wish to install a new package. You do so by typing conda activate pydata-book. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.